those of you who are hearing, as always has been, Carrie has been, wonderful in terms of sharing wealth of knowledge. He's always been up to date. And then also he has been promoting vitamin D, that importance of it all along. He might have been one of the, few very first one who really has been promoting. And then I really appreciate his knowledge, his talent, and then a friendship that we have, and myself personally, as well as Impacts and Impacts family. And in terms of SOD, kind of reminds me, let me see if I can show to everyone here that I'm not sure if everybody can see here, very heavy, thick book here. Here's one of the research binder when way back then, in terms of endocrine. And SOD wise, I went to Japan to meet a doctor at Kyoto University. He was studying SOD with the fermented some material that he showed me his lab and his company and all whatnot. So it reminds me of the time that initially that was one of the things that I have in mind, that we wanted to put him into the endocrine. So again, one of these days I'll bring it to bring it to the Impacts meeting. This is my endocrine binder. There's a lot of research. Even those research were done in 1993 and I was kind of reviewing through it. What a interesting, how relevant, how advanced, and it was even way back then. So thank you, Carrie, to bring it up, all this good information. As far as the Carrie exercise concerned, that I'm bummed that I've been going to exercise to gym myself. So I have to kind of climb my tree in my backyard and then push up one of the branches, climbing up. Not interesting. Again, today that I was, scanning through the news, I guess we have over 1 million people infected with the COVID-19. Kind of, it is really, really, really sad, and then to see, number of people who are going through. So my hearts are for those people who might be going through, difficult time in the hospital, or any family members who might have to, take care of them at home and in hospital. And we really wanted to do our part as much as we can be able to bring some information in the midst of this really difficult time. As far as the medical, we are not a doctor, so we are not going to touch in terms of medical drugs or anything like that. But whatever we can share and then help people to understand what they can do on a day-to-day basis with their health and immune system, as well as exercise or anything else. So in that perspective, I greatly appreciate Carrie and Dr. Arlene Taylor. So we will have another one next to Tuesday, same time. That hope that you can invite friends and relatives, anybody you are concerned about, invite to the this conference call. Now, I would like to, my talk will be in terms of, we are talking about immune system, that there's a lot of a function in our body and organs who are responsible for immune system. However, I wanted to focus on the immune system aspect of stemming from digestive system. So more than half of our immune system cells reside in gut. It is a gut-associated lymphoid tissue in our small intestine. And then there are good bacteria communicate to our immune system, so that when foreign things are coming into our body, either let immune system know they are bad guys, or we, our bodies say, yeah, they are good guys, or, we can welcome. So also the GALT is the place where the plasma cells live that can help produce antibodies. We hear about antibodies these days a lot to fight infection. Now, one of the, I cannot go a lot of ingredients, but I thought that it might be helpful for all of us to understand that one of the ingredient in our endoprime that in particular that has to do with the digestive health is a Jerusalem artichoke inulin. And then some people may, just, quickly looking at it, is an insulin or is an inulin. So Jerusalem artichoke inulin that I was looking through the my research way back then, still, relevant information back then. It's amazing that something that we developed some time ago still relevant, and we didn't have to change much of the formula. But however, this particular ingredient in endoprime helps with the digestion and also act as a prebiotic that also boosts probiotic levels that by improving intestinal immunity. And then also, when we take antibiotics, it's to counter the negative effect of antibiotics. It's a great source for fiber, and then also alleviates the constipation. And then also, interesting enough that I didn't know that myself, and I just learned that it helps observe the calcium better, so your bone health and teeth and hair, the bone and teeth can be really, really, healthy. And then also aids weight loss, and also we talked about last week in terms of a superfood, there's an element in that that helps with the people with the weight loss and also blood sugar control in that part of it. But also inulin does that also. Also will protect the cancer of the digestive system, something that we all need to be aware and then understand, and then, appreciating what this one of the over 30 ingredient, this particular ingredient, how important that is. And then also, I wanted to go over in terms of digestive enzyme in our product. Way back then, actually, I worked with the one of the nation's largest. They did nothing but research when it comes to enzyme complex. So I sent to them formulation without the enzyme part of it. So they have worked on it. And here we are, that we have a customized enzyme blend specifically for endoprime that helps with numerous area. In particular, helps with the digestion, and then also helps with the food that you might be eating to be for that to be able to be assimilated well, and all the nutrients you don't want to lose, observed into your system. So again, to strengthen your immune system. And then also there's a, it's a mouthful basically, N-acetyl-L-cysteine, that NAC in short, that many of you may not know even what it does other than big name. It is a, Carrie talked about glutathione here, that is an efficient precursor to that. And that is, glutathione is found in every cells, inside the cells. So it is positioned itself in a really prime position as a very effective antioxidant to neutralize any free radical damages that may be happening. And so I thought that, I think that's interesting that it resides inside the cell to take care of any oxidative damage that may be happening inside the cell. But this particular glutathione take care of the free radical damage inside the cells. Also helps remove chemicals that are foreign to the body. And then also it's good for brain health. and then also may reduce, this is something that we hear a lot these days, respiratory disease was issues that may be happening. So we have this exciting element in endoprime as one of the ingredients. Now, you know, with 1 million people being infected, suddenly time has changed. You know, Dr. Alan Taylor talked about if we ever go back, you know, how long, how it's going to be, what is going to be the normal looks like. And then we will not know until we, you know, pass through that time period. We suddenly, a lot of things have changed. Family dynamics, friends and relatives, you know, socially, as well as economically. I mean, I drive around sometimes to see what's going on in the neighborhood, whether they are professional doctor's office, dental office, chiropractors, skincare clinics, nail shop. By the way, I haven't cut my hair for a while. A lot of things have changed. For us, you know, just keep thinking about those, you know, those things, how, you know, we cannot even go to restaurants once in a while. We can be thinking all those negative impact this has caused, but at the same time, this might be the time to reflect what we could do going forward, what we can do right now for ourselves, for our family. Certainly that it has forced us to think and consider it is actually time to change for our health. Think about economic impact that it may have on us, as well as the relationship. There's a lot of things to ponder upon here. And going back again in terms of health again, that we realize how critical, how important it is to, first of all, take care of yourself, take care of ourselves. It is a foundation. If we get sick, we cannot even help other people. So that has to come first. First things first, that number one, importance of water, which I kind of addressed a little bit last two conference calls. Importance of water, good healing water. We cannot really, you know, 60 to 70% of our body is water. We need to really give ourselves great favor by feeding and giving and drinking healing water, that in this time of age, that water does something other than, you know, quench the thirst, does something in our immune system, inflammation, as well as the oxidative stress, and then protecting the cells. So it is really, really important that certainly with God's help, that lo and behold, that I was sick and happened to, you know, introduce, because I believed in Ion Thrive. Now many are incorporating in their lifestyle Ion Thrive water. Number two, immune system. That we are talking about taking care of ourselves first. Immune system with the endoprime. You know, I cannot in no way in a short time go over all those 30 ingredients, but it has shown over many years that I got so many testimony, so many, it's a proven, well-proven product that impacted so many people. 1 million bottles of endoprime went out with a single instant, extremely safe, but at the same time, that has done so much marvelous things in people's health. And it is our, still to this day, flagship product. And I'm thankful that even due to some challenging time with my family, which my first daughter, that this product came out to be where it is right now, we have a responsibility. I feel so passionate, keep on sharing with the people, friends and families, and I'd love to see this particular product in every household in the nation. Number three, that as we are cooped up and many people are going through the challenging situation with the hormone, certainly that is to me it is like a vice president of a controlling tower in our body, regulating all this physiological activity, having hormones, right place, right amount, right time. It is very important that we got to offer that under ENA. I think Carrie's going to talk about sometime, so I'm not going to go heavily into this one at this time. However, though, the blood sugar, just like the immune system, that with the COVID-19, the importance of it, Carrie one time mentioned well, that it is like filling the hole that might be missing some functionality in our body when it comes to immune system. Endoprime is filling that holes. And then there are certainly some components that regulate blood sugar level. But when it comes to blood sugar level in particular, that MPX 100 is specifically designed and developed to address blood sugar level, that what I'm hearing, as Carrie said, either obese or diabetics, those are the one of the area that I hear with the COVID-19 having really difficult time, in terms of a speed of a recovery. So it just brings me to my core that we need to, you and I need to really take care of ourselves as well as others to address that blood sugar level diabetic issue. And in this particular MPX 100 does that very well, that we actually tested in my wife's Stella is a, it doesn't have any problem every time that we crave for some carbohydrate, whether it's a once in a while ice cream or something, we take that. If we take it too soon, we can feel the blood sugar being impacted. In physically, we could feel that. So it works, folks. So those of you who have a problem, who are, tend to binge upon carbohydrate, we cannot emphasize enough the importance of MPX 100. When our blood sugar level goes off all this direction, it is a gateway to many other things that could cause problem in terms of a pathway to some unhealthy situation in our body. We have also delta E, that in times like this, that having delta E can be a tremendous boost to have a happy brain, as well as being able to do certain things around the house. Those of you have some children at home can be able to also being able to deal with the children and help them with their homework. And a lot of demands upon our parents, and my heart is for you. And then also lastly, there's a woman health product, Prostolon, and woman's product. I'm not going to go heavily into that because we're going to do more in the future. But at least I really would like to see you, that you take care of yourself health-wise. So that 1 million people, that's a lot of people. I don't think we are at the end of that COVID-19 yet. People are talking about still the second wave of maybe during the fall or winter. So it's time to take care of ourselves. Now, I showed this dog that I have some interesting article. This is my dog, not my dog. We have a dog Yorkie Terrier, Cutie Pie, and we've been giving Enterprime small sprinkle of it. I know that number of people out there, you've been giving your pets and horse, and I hear a lot of good things about it. No different. They need to be taken care of. But what's interesting though, that what I found out today, that Dr. Chris Wood, the pet dog of a family taking part in a study at Duke University, is apparently the first in the US test positive for the virus that caused COVID-19. It was really, really sad, but at the same time, it kind of makes sense. Some family members were or tested positive, then it passed down to, I guess, to their dog. And then in Hong Kong last month, that their authority also said that there's a dog that tested positive for the virus. And obviously it tells human to animal transmission is possible. And, you know, that's really, really sad that it is just, you know, our pets are our comfort and you know, it is really sad. And hopefully there's something that it can be done in terms of a pet's health. But however, you know, as far as the impacts is concerned, that there are at UC Davis, some facility, some people have taken their horses over there with the blessing of the doctors, vet doctors over there, given Enterprime. And I think Leslie's person also has gotten tremendous result, and also was number of people that I know having great results with the Enterprime sprinkling, and have lived beyond their age. And it was really, really heartwarming to see they are incorporating Enterprime in their food and sprinkling. So I'm coming to an end, that here's some of the things that I've been thinking. I used to have a subtitle: advance, develop, and then contribute. And then I've been thinking about that, you know, the initial subtitle of the impacts: advancing meaning expanding your business, impacts all over the world. Developing was the concept of through school of life. We grow and learn to be better, to be a better biz entrepreneur, to be a better educator and leader. Then contributing, therefore, as we become successful, being able to help other people. And then we incorporate that within impacts since the year 2006. Prior year 2006, myself, having grown up in a very underprivileged circumstance when it comes to finance, my mind was always, I didn't want to ever want to see my children go hungry, because I brought up in that where many times I would go hungry or malnourished nutrition. So I put that title: advancing first, developing second, third, contributing. But in these times and age, that I almost like a flip side, where importance of serving others. We are many people are in a very, very difficult situation, that I got the number today, about 22 to 23 million people are unemployed. The government help can only go so far. They cannot keep on printing new money to help those people. It is going to take some time to get back to where it used to be. Things have changed. It is time to look at the situation where, humanity, we need each other. And to see the needs of others who might be going through a difficult time. Maybe some people may not be able to afford an enterprise. We as a company, therefore, that we offered first responders in April. Those of you who may not know, we are still offering those people who are at the front line, contact Kim. And then also, if you are 65 years and old, you used to take Enterprime, but due to the financial difficulty, if you cannot take, if you're having a hard time buying it, also contact us. I think there's a tremendous, many small things that we can do to encourage each other, to serve each other. We can start in our home, that when we gather together, see the needs of other family members, kind of willingly get up and help and do whatever needs to be done. A couple of weeks ago, that we communicated, myself and my daughter Shana, and then she was working out of home. So we are talking about this very issue. So she's going to church over there in Dallas area that I'm talking. So what do you do? And then she said that, Dad, it is really, really sad that I'm still employed by the large law firm, but there are many people, including my hairdresser, nail person, dry cleaner, the people that I used to go to, they have to all close the door. They don't know what to do. So she said, my husband and I are well enough financially. They actually offered certain sums of a financial support, willing to support those. And then she said that she's going to take an action to help those people, those dry cleaners and hairdressers. But also in the church, also she mentioned that during the small group, they offer themselves, anybody who needs some financial help. It was before all this unemployment check and everything came on. That kind of touched me, that my daughter still being on Enterprime authorship, there's a, I don't know, I feel like there's a spirit of serving. Father, out of love, serving my daughter in the form of just praying and trying to come up with something. It turned out to be Enterprime. Now she 30 years old, since from the time that she was a little baby, has never missed Enterprime. Still, that's her choice of a smoothie in the morning. There's a DNA in Enterprime, the DNA of serving others. That really, really touched me. That we wanting to do in our own at Impacts, that if you look at Impacts staff, and I'm really proud of them, they have a heart of wanting to serve always. That's such a godly trait in them. I'm blessed to work with them. And then I encourage all of us, times like this, we open our eyes, those people who haven't talked, to check on them. How are you doing? What can I help you? Neighbors who may not be able to cut their lawn, maybe they are a single mom or busy with their children. Can I help you with this one? So I'd love to see Impacts be a place of serving others. And with that, sharing comes. As you truly believe, have a wonderful testimony to share, a product to share, you can share. Along with it, economic downturn of this magnitude, many people may not be able to buy the things that they used to buy for their children, for themselves. Certainly, we will not shy away from simply sharing our product. There's some extra income that they can make to help them go through this transitioning time. That's really sharing. That every bottle that goes out of our warehouse, it goes out with a prayerful desire. Each bottle impact positively those people around the country. As we do, we will know the need for us to be able to grow as a person within, but also wanting to help to grow in their knowledge when it comes to the nutrition, Ion Thrive, Enterprime, Delta E. You get to share. I've been hearing some people these days, something that I didn't used to hear for a while. I talked to somebody and that person telling Greg, I need to create some extra income stream. What can I do? Can you help me? So we cannot really neglect this part of it at this tremendous changing time around the world. It is interesting that so many little people out there having a hard time, yet I hear some big corporation getting tens and tens of $millions that they didn't have to receive. I don't know. That you and I need to develop a plan where I think our society will not be anymore make a earning and spend it next week time, things like that anymore. There'll be some awakening, even in terms of a financial health area, ever more so, that need for some extra income, that we have a genuine product that changes people's life. Our product was developed out of love. This is not something that we, one day, a couple of guys, ladies get together, hey, let's have a marketing plan. Let's see what product we can plug into. No. We have a genuine need for our own family. Most of our majority of product and Ion Thrives came out of our own need to address our own health situation. And it happened to help a lot of people. So as you share, learn the ins and outs of how to make some extra income. Some people with the Ion Thrive alone, making $1,000 and $2,000 a month. I would love you to call Kim or anybody who understand how the things work. There's a way that you can make some extra income. Set aside for the rainy season. Whoever thought that we're going to have a rainy season this magnitude? There's a two sides that you can look into. I'm not going to go into detail, but I want to just encourage you to look into it. There's a nutrition side of it impacts world income. There's an Ion Thrive income. Those are two separate. However, Ion Thrives, you can, I want you to learn how things work. Impacts wide, I want you to learn how things work. It is by serving that you create this extra income. By sharing, helping people to grow and be the best that they can be. And then you and I both can make a tremendous impact. That we were birthed to impact children around the world. We send some financial help to one foundation out of the New Jersey area, run by a successful lawyer, that they have a team of people to go to India. In fact, it's not just one village in India. It is a village of a leprosy village. They all go there to help those people. They said that the food shortage that you will see in those countries are tremendous, ever more so these days. It is interesting that one article that I read today, that food is being wasted somehow. It's not kind of going through somehow, while some children in some countries are just like going hungry. I think you and I can play an important role. I'm blessed to regain my health all the way, where we can do things in such a way that help you, help others to be healthy, to make us extra income. For some of you who wants to pursue even more aggressive, I'd love to see and work with you to make a tremendous impact so that we can make a difference in people's life, health-wise and then finance-wise. God bless you, and good to work with you.